Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast. It's the podcast where we have digital discussions, the worlds of pop culture, TV, film, video games, social media, sports, everything really depending on the guest. We talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Meliodas, and on Twitter you know me as PD Beats. My guest is an actress and a motion capture artist known for a role as Mary-Beth Gaskill in the hit video game Red Dead Redemption 2. We are with Samantha Strelitz. Samantha, welcome to Popternative.
Hey! Thanks for having me.
No problem. And, it's pretty cool because, right off the bat, people just assume, oh, you did the voice of Mary-Beth Gaskill. But I did some other Red Dead Redemption interviews, and they kind of stopped me and said, no, we're also actually, acting. We're doing the motion capture suit. We're putting them on. Video games have really kind of transformed in a way, so to speak.
Yeah, the technology out there is extremely sophisticated, and they're able to get full performance capture. So that's what we did. And they did that. Naughty Dog did that with The Last of Us as well. If you Google it, you can watch their performances. They've put those up on YouTube and stuff. So it's actually a really interesting thing to watch, and I think everyone should check it out. Did
you know what you were getting yourself into when you kind of landed the role?
No. No way. It actually was a lot better than what I could have ever imagined because of the people and the script and the writers and the director and all of it. I could never have thought in a million years that it would have pieced together like it did. So it was super exciting.
No, absolutely. When did you kind of decide that, acting and, motion capture artist, when did you decide that you wanted to do that type of stuff?
Okay, let's start over. I knew I wanted to act since I was really little. I begged my mom for an agent since I was 8 years old, which is probably a scary thing for her. I thought she probably thought that I would grow out of it, and then I just never did. But I'm from Southern California, so I had friends who were, professional actors at a very young age. And I remember I was asking my mom, I want an agent every year for my birthday. I want an agent. And then, one year I had a friend who had an agent. So she was like, well, go ask, Shelby's mom, get her information about her agent. And I was like, Shelby's an extra. I was like, I want to be a principal. I can't.
Whoa.
So I know I was like a little brat, but I guess I had always wanted to act, but I definitely wanted to act. It wasn't just I wanted to be in front of the camera. I really wanted to dig into scripts and stuff like that. And I did summer stock and all that jazz. So probably from a pretty young age.
High aspirations and high expectations. Normal kid. I want an easy pick oven for my birthday. Samantha Strelitz. I want an agent.
I know. I'm like, give me an agent, damn it. I mean, we literally went to a Barnes & Noble's, made those rest in peace, and picked out how to get your kid into showbiz. And I was like, what am I doing with this book? Don't even think I ever read it. I don't know. I mean, this was the age before you could just Google, find an email, and, shoot your stuff away, or even post to YouTube. I mean, that's how people do it.
That's a pretty good testimony for all those books that are coming out. I mean, people are continuing to making those books, how to do this and that. Samantha Strelitz and her family wanted to know how to get into showbiz.
I mean, as pathetic as it sounds, I was like, oh my God, this is how you do it. You buy a book, you read the book.
But yeah, no, now there's a reason they write those books, the how-to books. I mean, it's Samantha Strelitz and her family, how to put a kid in showbiz. I mean, that's why they write those books.
Yeah, it's scary though when you think about it, because it's who the hell is reading this? Well, now we know. I read it, but I bought it, so I was duped.
Big announcement from the Red Dead Redemption camp a couple of days ago. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to PC.
November 5th, people.
That is crazy.
Yeah, we've been talking. I mean, we, as in the fans, have been talking about this launch since the game launched last October. So it's super exciting news for the community that is PC gamers.
What does that say about the video game stratosphere? That with all these new technologies and, you know, the PS5 is going to come out and all these kind of innovations and evolutions of all the game systems, that people are still playing PC, that like, and it's that popular till this day. Like, what does that say about the video game industry, in your opinion?
I don't know what it says about the video game industry other than it's like a very vast community. And I think that the people who play on certain consoles or that are PC gamers are very loyal to whatever equipment they use. All the PC gamers that I know, they like built their computers and they're very customized, and I don't know, that's really important to some people, and it's like their little baby. It's like their little, you know, Frankenstein. So I don't know, I feel like it says that people are really smart.
No, it's just like, I just find that funny because, you know, when I was a kid and it was like GameCube came out and then PS2 came out and then all these like, and then the Wii and all that, but it's still in the background, like PC is still conquering, you know what I mean? So I found that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it isn't. I mean, I'm a Mac girl myself, but you know, this freaking thing just tuned out. So maybe I should switch to PC. I don't know. I feel like PC gamers are like, again, they're super loyal to their equipment. They get to customize down to, I don't know, whatever gadgets they can install in there with like RAM and software and hardware and stuff. So yeah, I think it's actually really amazing. It's almost like a subculture in itself. It's cool.
No, absolutely. Talk a little bit about your character in Red Dead Redemption 2 and the whole camp girls kind of, who I've featured some of them on my show. I've had you know, Mia and Joe on the show, and now we have you, and it just seemed like an unbelievable cast from top to bottom. Well,
yeah, the cast was incredible. I mean, everyone is super friggin' talented. Anyone that stepped into that studio was incredibly talented. You know, Roger Clark, who plays Arthur Morgan.
He was on the show last week.
Oh, hooray! Awesome! Oh, that's amazing. So cool. You're gotta catch them all. You're collecting all the characters. That's great. The camp girls. You know, some people that do the playthrough, they're like, "Oh, where was your character?" And I'm like, you got to spend time with us at camp. So the world of Red Dead 2 is such an open world that you could literally play it multiple times and never have the same experience. There's artificial intelligence inside the game that gives you a different experience depending on how you play, with high honor, with low honor. Are you going to go just mission to mission, or are you going to sort of like listen to, you know, conversations that might be happening in camp and then sort of, you know, happen upon it? So So you'll see us if you like to spend a lot of time in camp. I love Mary-Beth. She sort of became Arthur's confidant. There were certain things that he wouldn't tell other people that he tells my character. No spoilers. And she's just a sweetheart. I mean, she sort of lives in this romantic fantasy of the books that she reads, that you'll see her reading day in or day out. And I think they're kind of reflective of her personality too. She's a daydreamer. She's a sweetheart. I love me some Mary-Beth.
No, absolutely. You said it in other interviews too, you have a love for Western and Western films. So that was kind of cool for you as well, right? To do a project like this?
Totally. I love any sort of period piece, to be perfectly honest. Like if there's like a corset or a costume outfit, like, yeah, bitch is on board. You know what I'm saying? So that was fun.
I thought you were kind of giving a shout out to Joe when you said gotta catch them all, because she did voices.
I know she did. Pokemon. You know what? That can be a shout out to Joe. Shout out to you, Joe.
Shout out to Joe, because we talked about it. Our episode has not been released yet, but there's some funny.
What's up with that?
There's some funny stuff that has happened in that episode. So
what does that mean?
It was funny. You'll know that you'll. No, it was good. It was just like, there was a shadow from cars kind of going by, like in her background. There was, so I thought basically there was a ghost in her, like, shot,
Joe's apartment is 100% haunted. 100%.
We like talked about it because, and then she was like, oh no, it's just cars going by, but like, just like, it kind of had a similar background with view of a window, and there'd just be like a shadow. Yeah, I know. It was just like, sorry. And I kept looking over there, and she kind of clued in that I was looking over there. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, I think there's a ghost in your apartment.
Yo, the only thing that you can see, well, you can't even see them, but the thing that happens a lot in my window is there's a lot of pigeon fights. Mm-hmm. like alley street fights amongst the pigeons. Yeah, it's really scary. They're like squawking and screaming and they're duking it out. Yeah, I have some hardcore gang members in my window, but no hauntedness as far as I know. Although I do think someone died in my apartment. Fun fact.
Interesting. I asked Joe this. I'm gonna ask you this because I'm getting those vibes. Are you okay? One, are you a fan of horror movies?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, and two, are you like you should be in a horror movie? Like, have you done a horror movie before?
Number one, are you a fan of horror movies? Number two, you should be in horror movies. I actually shot a psychological thriller that kind of maybe fits the horror genre a little bit last summer, and we just had a screening about 2 weeks ago. It's called Diary, but like Diary. Diary. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun for me. Have I shot any? Yeah, I mean, I've shot horror films. It's like the genre where it's like
we got to make a scuba diver horror movie because of the fact that you were a pro scuba diver.
Yeah, I mean, Jaws was sort of not a scuba diving horror movie, but it was definitely like a.
Well, there's the 47 meters below those movies. I don't know if you saw those of like about the sharks. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah.
No. I have dove with sharks though.
Mandy Moore is in the first one, and then they just made a sequel. It's like 47.
I hope it was a musical.
What? No.
I hope Mandy Moore. Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was a horror movie with Mandy Moore, which is very strange, but it worked. No, but like, cause like I've always been a huge fan of horror films, and you know what? Like Red Dead Redemption is not necessarily like a horror, but like there's some violence, there's some intense stuff, and
horror, absolutely.
Yeah, so I just find that genre and that kind of pocket of fandom right now, Samantha, is just blowing up.
So I should like hop on the bandwagon?
No, I mean it sounds like you already were on the bandwagon.
Yeah. No, I have done some. But have you checked out Shudder?
Yes,
it's a platform.
Of course.
Have you watched this movie Revenge?
Yeah, a while ago.
With the lady, and she's like sleeping with the married guy. And
Yeah. Have you seen some of the ones on Netflix that they're kind of pumping out? Because there's some good ones. There's one, and I had the one of the actresses on my show. There's a movie called Head Count. It's very good. It's about kind of spirits. It's a very good movie. It's a very good horror movie. You should watch it. It's an indie, and there's another one called The Invitation. That's like one of my favorite of all time. Basically, dinner party gone wrong. Like that's my favorite type of horror movie.
Have you seen You're Next?
Of course. Okay, The Invitation is very similar to You're Next. So if you like You're Next, you'll like The Invitation.
You're like, if you like You're Next, watch it again with a different cast. It's called The Invitation.
But you kind of stirred away from my question because I really want to know your opinion on this because you said I want to ride the bandwagon. But like, what do you think about that? Because I find horror movies have just been insanely it's insane right now. The quality of them is insane.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So actually, I had a writer give me a script, a feature film, and it's a revenge opera, which. Yeah, it's insanely amazing. This dude is a freaking genius. And he gave me the script and offered me a role. And so I'm at the point where I'm like, if I can get this thing produced, I mean, it's like, we're ready to rock. You're going to love it.
That's awesome. I'm actually writing a short horror film myself.
Oh, hey.
I know. Oh. I did. So I'm from Canada, and I'm originally from Montreal, Quebec, and in Quebec we have CEGEP, which is pre-college. So usually people go to grade 12, but we go to grade 11, and then we do 2 years of pre-college called CEGEP, which is very specialized. And I did cinema, video communications.
Oh.
So a lot of people from my program are like cinematographers for like these big movies now. Like it's pretty crazy. Like it was pretty and in these big, there's a show on Hulu called Letterkenny that's a really big show. That's a Canadian show, but they got the rights in the States for Hulu, and all those people, all the people that have been in a few episodes here and there are from Dawson. And there's a show on Amazon called The Boys with superheroes, which is amazing if you haven't checked it out. A lot of them have come from there.
Out there, I'm like,
There's too much content. So what do you think about that? Because there's too much content out there.
There's so much freaking content out there. I wish, actually, I don't know if it was the New York Times or there was, because I get all the news, it pops up on my smartphone. It's an iPhone 6. Don't get too excited or jealous. It pops up like the news feed stuff or whatever. And yesterday, I didn't click on it yet. I have to go find the link, but it's literally a breakdown of all of the different platforms and where you should spend your time watching content. Because like you said, there's just an exorbitant amount of content out there right now. And it's like, I always do word of mouth. Like if someone is telling me like this thing is amazing, I'm more likely to watch it. Because I don't have any time.
Yeah, there's no time for anything.
No,
I'm surprised we even did this right now. I'm busy, you're busy, we're busy.
I know, it's crazy. It is crazy.
It is awesome.
But
yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I think we'll wrap up. But Sam, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And where can people follow you on social media?
My favorite type of social media is probably Instagram. I know it's weird, but it's true. It's at Sam Strelitz, so SAMSTRELITZ.
People should follow you there.
It's so hard. People cannot, for the life of themselves, pronounce my last name.
Strelitz, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, try to pronounce my last name. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
It's so Joe is actually Joe's Greek too, right? I don't know if she told you that. Yeah. So
Romeliotis?
Yeah, perfect. You did it. That's awesome.
I'm like waiting for applause, but there's literally nothing.
No, but seriously, congratulations on all the success of Red Dead Redemption 2. We'll look out for it coming out on PC November 5th because that's amazing news. And no, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. And until next time, this is Samantha Strelitz and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.